actually really like filming here. I always forget how comfy it is. And I don't think you can really see him today, but I love the fact that Louis Theroux is just watching over me here, like my real guardian angel. I feel like this hairstyle probably speaks for itself, but this is one of those days where I've truly just given up on life, really. I mean, I've put on red eyeshadow. Why did I do that? I'll tell you, my least favourite of the month is the second that I decided that wearing red eyeshadow would be a good idea today. I just look a little bit like I've got conjunctivitis. Cheers to that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Got a cosy one coming at you today. We've reached that point in the year where my office upstairs suddenly becomes a greenhouse and turns into 10,000 degree molten lava temperature. So the thought of sitting up there in front of my fairy lights, it was a no-go. So we're compromising a lovely, relaxed, nonchalant sofa moment. Glamour shot. I kind of mentioned in my makeup video the other day that I'm kind of in a bit of a weird limbo with my channel at the moment. I don't really know what I'm doing, when do I ever, but particularly at the moment, my main favourite thing, which should probably be top of the list in this video, has just been having existential crisis after existential crisis. What am I doing with my life? It's a very valid question that we're all wondering. Rather than overthinking it into oblivion, which is what I tend to do when I have to make anything, I thought I would do the complete opposite of that and just strip it back completely and just have a nice positive chat about things that I've been really enjoying recently. I haven't done a favourites video in a super long time, and when I started thinking about it, there was actually loads of things that I wanted to tell you about. So I thought I would grab a little iced water here, metal straw, save the turtles, and I basically just gathered up a bag full of my favourite things, and I'm going to tell you about how great they are. So I suggest you grab some kind of hot beverage for this one, get comfy, put your feet up, grab some leftover Easter egg if you've got any. I mean, this is eyeing me up. This is giving me the eye right here. This is a Malteser egg, which has got actual Malteser in the shell. C'est magnifique. Do you know what? I think this probably technically is included in my list of favourites. If you can find one in the bargain bin at Tesco's, treat yourself. So if you guys do enjoy this video, I would love it so much if you could give it a little thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new as well. And let's get stuck in with all my favourite stuff that I've been loving recently. So I've got a little list on my phone here because I knew for a fact that the second I sat down in front of the camera, I would forget about everything that's ever brought me any joy in this life. I wasn't joking when I said I had it all in a bag. Here's my little bag of tricks. Ooh, let's dive in. What's in the magic bag today for us boys and girls? Oh, it's only a couple of books. Right, so first up, these were 100% the first thing that I chucked into this pile of faves because I can't tell you how much I loved reading these. These are both of the books by Sally Rooney, who you've probably heard of. She is like the author that everybody's talking about, mainly because of Normal People, which won the Man Booker Prize last year. You've probably seen this little graphic of two people in a sardine tin everywhere. Can't tell you how much I appreciated these books. I devoured them and enjoyed them so very much. So this one centres around the friendship between Bobby and Francis. They're both students, like quite privileged kind of students, and then in the evening they are sort of like spoken word poets. They also happen to be ex-girlfriends, and then the kind of story unfolds when they then meet, what are their names? Nick and Melissa, who are a couple, but then one of the girls then gets entangled in their relationship. This one gets a lot more mixed reviews than Normal People. Normal People is like really highly acclaimed. This one is a little bit more, you either love it or you hate it. I just personally enjoyed it so much because I love her style of writing. I think it's so effortless and just spot on for like a millennial kind of reader. I really love the way that she writes relationships in this book. It's interesting because none of the characters in this are particularly likable in the slightest. I didn't like any of them, but interestingly, the main character Frances, I really liked the way that her kind of like inner dialogue was written. So if you don't like books where you can't get on board with unlikable characters and you really want that character that you want to be mates with, this probably isn't the one for you. But if you can kind of put likability aside and just focus on enjoying like realism and almost kind of like a rawness to characters, I really recommend this one. The ending in particular was one of those endings that's so frustrating but so right for the story. and the moments of kind of like self-reflection for the characters and stuff are what made me really enjoy this the most. And then Normal People, which is definitely the one I loved the most of the two. I really had quite a special place in my heart for this book. This one tells the story of Connell and Marianne, who go through adolescence together. They start off at school together, they go their separate ways, and then they come back when they're a little bit older. Every so often you read a book that hits you so hard in the heart that it's, while you're like poring over every page and you're loving reading it, it's also a little bit kind of painful to read because the intimacy of the characters is so real. It's almost a love story, but at the same time there's so much like loneliness and depression and darkness in it as well, but such a realistic way of portraying that you couldn't really call it a love story. Friendship and loneliness and bullying and like difference in class and depression in relationships and so many different things, such a spectrum of real things that you will be able to connect with. If you've ever been through any kind of relationship where there's been problems like that, where you want it to work but maybe life doesn't want it to work. I was really sad to leave these characters behind, and I think that's always the mark of a book that I've really enjoyed and a book that is really great. So if you're looking for something to read, then start with Sally Rooney. Me second thing, what was me second thing? Oh, I know what it was. It's this. It's so random. What am I doing? I'm just gonna hold a mirror up to you right now, which is very confusing. There you are. Smile, Ma, you're on TV. This is a mirror, which is proving quite tricky to show you, and it's probably gonna give you a migraine if I keep moving it around too much. I was sent this mirror in a super random package from Feel Unique. Thanks very much, Feel Unique, because it turns out that this is one of the coolest things that I've ever owned. I will start off by saying, this ain't cheap. This ain't the cheapest thing that I'm ever gonna show you on this channel. You will have to save a few pennies if you want to treat yourself. And would I ever have spent this much money on a mirror? Probably not. But if I'd known about it and I had a birthday or Christmas or some kind of thing where I had to tell someone what to buy me as a gift, this would go to the top of the list. Might look just like any other mirror that you've got lying around, but let me tell you, there's many features here. I'm hoping they're going to show up because the main one, yes, it worked. It's got loads of controls, so you can make it, blind myself in one eye there. You can make it as bright as you want, you can lower the brightness, and basically it just lights up your face while you're doing your makeup, which if you're going out in the evening, you're going out for drinks, you're going for a night out, and you try and do your makeup when it's dark in the evening, you know what I'm talking about, ladies. You come out bright orange. A light up mirror turns out extremely handy. You charge it via USB and then it stays charged for absolutely ages. Really great for travel because it's super flat, so you could just add this into your suitcase for traveling, which would be great. So it has a really close-up mirror which magnetizes to the mirror. Let me tell you, don't look in that unless you're having a particularly high self-esteem day. But I really wanted to mention it because it's really high quality and I just think it's a great little gadget. So if you're after something like that, it might be worth considering that. And Feel Unique always have discount codes as well, so maybe keep it in your bookmarks and wait till there's like a 20% off code or something. Okie dokie, now I want to talk about this outfit. This is an outfit that I featured in my, I think it was an occasion wear video, the one I did for Nasty Gal anyway. And this was one of the outfits that I featured in that video and I love it so much. If you'd asked me whether I wanted to wear a pair of smart beige trousers and a floral shirt, I would have said, no thank you, I think you've got me confused with my nan. But actually it turns out that rather than looking like my nan, I actually look like a 70s off-duty Miami cop, which is a vibe that I can really get on board with this summer. That is the vibe that I'll be going for. Pair of sunglasses slotted over your shirt. These are the trousers, which have honestly got to be one of the most flattering items of clothing I've ever worn. Am I a bit of a liability in them? With spillages, red wine, bolognese, don't wear these around that type of shindig. I love how they fit on me. They're nice and roomy around the thighs and the bum, which is always the problem area in my life and has been for many years now. I think the silhouette of them is absolutely gorgeous. They're very like crisp and fresh and they just look really sleek and cool. And I love the little matching wide belt that comes with them as well. I think that's just a really cool 70s retro kind of detail. And then what I've been loving is teaming those with the little floral shirt that I wore in the video as well. I've been wearing this quite a lot and it's just come out the wash, so it's not very ironed, but it's this really kind of delicate short sleeve shirt covered in these little purple and green little delicate flowers, and it's just the cutest. It's got like a little button up front with little tortoiseshell buttons. I think paired with the trousers, it just looks super cool, and not very much in my life can come under the category of super cool. I feel like it's a pretty classy little outfit. I feel like a bit of a classy broad when I wear that one. I look in the mirror and I think, where's the girl who always wears jeans and t-shirts? Who is this slick chick in beige pants? I don't know her, but I want to be her friend. Next in my bag of tricks, it's like a lucky dip, isn't it? This is the one that I wanted to go for. So this is a new product from Glossier. If you have never tried anything from Glossier before, you're not really sure what they're all about, their ethos is all about the much more natural, easygoing approach to beauty. Clean glowing skin, really big bushy brows, nice fluttery lashes, balmy kind of plump lips. So I could not resist when I saw that they were bringing out this. This is called Bubble Wrap. This is their new eye and lip plumping cream. So apparently it's kind of a makeup artist inner circle secret that eye creams are also really great for your lips. And I suppose that's true because it's going to be super hydrating, it's going to plump the skin, it's going to kind of really nourish and make it glow and fill it with a little bit of bounce. So it makes a lot of sense. So this little beauty works on that premise. I think it's a really hydrating, very fuss-free, no frills kind of cream. It's very lightweight. I find it very brightening around my eyes. I really enjoy applying it. Sinks in super duper quickly. Of course, it goes without saying that anything from Glossier, the packaging is super cute, very minimal, very pale pink and pretty, and I'm just really into this. I really like it. If I'm honest, eye cream is the thing that I find really boring, and I'll always skip it out on my routine when I'm tired at night. It is the first thing to go, but this has actually been making it really nice to apply. I really enjoy using it. Another fashion fave that I cannot get enough of at the moment. These are going to be a total summer staple for me. Denim play suits. Here we have number one. Here we have number two. As I said, not very much makes me feel good, so when something does, I have to grab it with both hands with real vigour. First one that I've been loving, I think Topshop classed this as a romper, a real summer romp, is this very light wash pale blue denim play suit. This one has got a, excuse me while I unzip, short little sleeves, kind of like t-shirt length sleeves with a little turn up. Part about it that I really like is this big chunky elasticated waist, which almost gives quite a lot of structure to it. I got this oversized in a 16 because I wanted it to be really roomy, but then it's got this really kind of thick, chunky, elasticated waist. It really kind of sucks you in and gives you quite a snatched waist actually. There's enough fabric in the shorts in this one to keep you covered for the chub rub, which is a massive bonus. And then it's also got these really massive pockets, which are probably big enough to fit a tinny in. Because I'm a ridiculous human being, I also bought this one, which is much more of a mid-wash blue, slightly longer sleeves to it. On me, they literally come down to about here. I folded them up a little bit extra just so that they're slightly shorter, but that's really nice. There's a little bit more kind of upper arm coverage in this one. This one is button down, which super annoying. Why give me buttons? But I actually really quite like it on this one because it also has this little tie waist. I'd say this one's slightly shorter than the light blue, but again I sized up, so it's quite roomy, a little bit of extra length and fabric to play with. I think the other one is kind of summery and girly and like a little bit of an 80s twist, but I think this one is a little bit cooler and almost kind of looks like you should be working in some kind of garage. I think when the sun does come out properly and I can ditch my tights, it's going to be white Converse, little red bandana. Oh, yes. What else did I even chuck in here? I feel like there's a lot left. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. My brows. So, you probably haven't noticed because I don't believe anyone's paying that much attention to my eyebrows apart from me. I decided that I wanted them to be slightly bigger. And that makes it sound like I wanted real kind of wild eyebrows. That would be correct. I did. A little bit more of what the pros like to call a boyfriend brow, I think. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want my boyfriend's brows because his are ginger and a little bit of a monobrow in the nicest possible way. I used to use the Benefit Precisely My Brow eyebrow pencil, which is super duper fine, and you literally like draw in the hairs. So instead I swapped to this, which is still by Benefit. I believe they are the best for eyebrows, and this is called Cabrow. So this is a cream gel brow color with brush. I used to use 4, but I've gone a little bit lighter now that I am a little bit blonder. And I think it is the perfect shade for me. In the same kind of way, almost draw like brow hairs in, but a little bit more like draw the texture in, and it just makes them look so much fuller, packs a little bit more of a punch. I'd say this is for more of kind of like a full kind of statement brow. I know they're a little bit Wild West. They are proper Wild West eyebrows. But I do like to try and keep them under control as much as I can. So I either use the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, which is just a clear gel. This is what gives them the real kind of boyfriend texture, where you get a lot of kind of like, you can really kind of see the hairs at the top rather than sleeking them all across. This is from an Urban Outfitters makeup brand called Oh Hi, and this is called the Magic Hair Wand. And you can use it on any hair you want, like little baby hairs or wherever else you've got to keep under control. I fully believe that this is the best eyebrow gel I've ever tried for really textured looking brows. That's my winning combination at the moment. I hope you think they look alright, otherwise I look like an absolute muggins right now. Frodo Muggins over here chatting away about her brow routine when they look like two hairy beasts. What is next on my list? Oh, it's a pair of trousers. Slightly repetitive, that's okay. I love trousers, so do you. These are actually a little sneaky peek. I've featured these in a fashion video which is coming up this week, I think. It's coming a little bit later this week. It's actually part of a sponsorship with Pretty Little Thing. How I've managed to get them to work with me is your guess is as good as mine. But I want to show you these because they were a real highlight, which I've been absolutely obsessed with. A little pair of checked trousers. Don't know when I suddenly got so into trousers. Apparently I've decided that that's what we're going for this summer. Sage green. Ooh, we love a bit of sage green. Straight leg trousers, which have a very subtle little check detail going on. They're just your classic straight leg trouser shape, really. We've got some pockets, got a little bit of pleating, and then there's belt loops as well, so you can add in maybe a little brown buckle belt or something might look quite cool with these. I have just been wearing these with a really kind of super casual chilled out t-shirt, which I think is quite a cool contrast. If you're wearing, you know, quite smart kind of trousers and then you style them with a really effortless, lazy, rolled up sleeve kind of t-shirt, like this one for example, I think that's just a nice, really easy summer outfit to go for. And these are a brill pair of trousers. The fit on them is delicious, and I just think these are a really classic little staple, which are also super duper affordable. A little bit smart if you fancy vaguely dressing like a grown-up every so often, which I've decided that I probably need to. Oh, okay, next thing is actually an app. Ooh, who does she think she is? So this is an app that I've been using recently because I've got a new little thing that I'm treating myself to, and that is getting gel nails. My fingers have always been one of the most gruesome and disgusting things about me. I bite the shit out of the skin all around my nails. That's how I express my anxiety, basically. If I feel anxious in any scenario, I rip the shit out of my fingers. Through pretty much any given hour of the day, you will find me with horribly bleeding fingers. And it's always been something that I'm quite insecure about. I hate showing them. People are always horrified and disgusted by them. They look a little bit more presentable when my nails are half decent. So gels are really good for that because they last such a long time. They're super duper low maintenance. You can just rock up every couple of weeks, get it removed, get it put back on. And it's just a nice little treat for yourself, isn't it? To sit there for 20 minutes and get your nails done and be off your phone for 20 minutes. The biggest luxury ever. But the only downside of that is that getting your nails did can be pretty expensive. Depending on where you go, it can be kind of like £30 upwards. But a couple of my friends recommended an app called Treatwell, which is what I've been using. And it is so easy. I promise this isn't an ad. So you can book hair removal, nails, hair appointments, you can do men's hair, facials, massages, and then it'll give you a list of salons in the area that are on the Treatwell app for discounted prices. I've been saving like upwards of £10 every time, rather than just if I was to rock up at the salon and say, can I have a nail appointment please? I've been getting it for like £20 a time. I am privileged and lucky enough to be able to treat myself to a 20 quid nail appointment every 2 weeks. And it's been making me feel a lot better about myself, and it's a really kind of therapeutic, calm 20 minutes every 2 weeks. And I've just been really enjoying treating myself to that. I don't get any kind of beauty stuff really. So it feels like a real treat. and I've been really enjoying it, and I feel really extra and like a luxury princess, but hey, maybe that's the girl I'm supposed to be. I wasn't going to put this on because I mentioned it in my last makeup video, but it has been such a favourite that I couldn't not quickly talk about it. And this is a TV series called The Act. If you, like me, like to unwind by listening to people discuss the horrors of true crime stories, if you like to gently relax in the bath while listening to the story of some poor young girl who got brutally murdered, then you're my kind of person. I watch a lot of true crime YouTubers, that's how I like to unwind. I listen to My Favourite Murder. I've had a few other recommendations that I want to listen to. I am a fully fledged murderino, and one of my favourite true crime tales of them all is the story of Dee Dee Blanchard and Gypsy Rose Blanchard. If you're into all this kind of stuff, you will definitely know the story because it is super famous, pretty infamous, and that story has been turned into a drama on Hulu. It aired in the US a while ago, so if you're American, you'll be able to access it really easily. It's a lot trickier over here, but when I mentioned this the other day, someone said that it's coming to Amazon soon, so keep an eye out for it because it is so good. It's Patricia Arquette who plays Dee Dee, who's the mum. She was brilliant, like verging on terrifying. The girl who plays Gypsy is also fantastic. The guy who plays Nicholas, whew, had some kind of crazy spooky dreams about him, let me tell you. He's like a real freak of the week. He's very scary. The whole thing is real kind of edgy a seat thriller. And if you don't know the story, I fully encourage you to go and watch a true crime video about it because it is a mind-blowing story. You will not even believe that it is real. It is so unbelievable, but completely gripping. I loved it from start to finish, and I want more stuff like that. I want more dramas based on true crime stories because it was so brilliant. So I'm hoping that maybe like they pick up another story and do another one because it was so good. Gonna chuck in a little bit of homeware for you because we all get a bit excited about homeware, don't we? Cushions, rugs, throws, I'm here for it. So this beautiful little cushion was a birthday present from one of my best pals, Jem. She has a YouTube channel, I will link it down below. And as soon as I opened it, I was just like, oh my god, Gemma, this is the perfect present. I love it so much. So I believe it's from Oliver Bonus, I want to say. If you know anything about me, anything covered in stars or constellations or star signs, anything along those lines, I am so drawn to. I think it's such a kind of beautiful accent pattern. It's really special if your star signs feature in stuff like this. We've got a couple of really sweet prints that I absolutely love that are constellation themed, and Gemma said that as soon as she saw this, she knew that I would absolutely love it, and she was right. I just think it is so simple but so beautiful. It looks so lovely on our bed. Love the way there's a little bit of subtle shimmer going on, and it's just beautiful. It's such a special little piece of homeware. I don't have anything from Oliver Bonus. Are you kidding me? Everything's off eBay, random illustrators. This tree was from Wilco. So this is a really special gift, and it means a lot to me that Gemma treated me to such a lovely present. So, I mean, it's even more special now that it's covered in cat hair. And last but not least, I thought I'd chuck in a little music recommendation as well, but I have really been enjoying, mainly because Adam got me into it. He has been listening to it literally non-stop, and it was driving me a bit insane at the beginning, but now I am also obsessed with it. And it's the new album from Vampire Weekend. The album's called Father of the Bride. The current single they've got out at the moment is called This Life, which is such a tune. But the whole album is actually really great. It's really kind of easy listening. Really just kind of feel good little bops that are perfect to have on in the background through summer. There's a few songs on the album with Danielle Haim, who I love so much. They're so kind of like pleasantly nostalgic for me as well, because when like A-Punk and stuff like that was out, I was still at school, and I have like a lot of nice memories around Vampire Weekend. Like I remember, well, I say I remember watching them, but I went to see them at Leeds Festival in 2009, 10 years ago. What? And it's one of my like happiest memories. I was so drunk, and it was, I think it was Vampire Weekend followed by Fall Out Boy, so you know that 18-year-old Lucy was living her best life. Like, I cannot tell you how much I was living my best life watching Vampire Weekend followed by Fall Out Boy. And they're gonna be at Glastonbury, so I'm looking forward to seeing them, and I'm gonna recreate that moment. So if you're into your little kind of guitar-y summer bops, really recommend it. It's a great album. So that's my 10 faves. I think there was 10, maybe more. Didn't really count, to be honest. Oh, do you know what? I might mention this t-shirt as well. I got this t-shirt from the ASOS men's section, and it's a little Disney t-shirt. I'll say that I've been keeping an eye out for cute Disney clothes for one reason or another. It's a really enormous baggy t-shirt. Adam saw me putting it on and he was like, you could fit about 3 of you in that t-shirt, but that's how I like my t-shirt. So it's got this little painted Cinderella logo here. It says Walt Disney's Cinderella. And then it's the same on the back as well. How am I gonna show you this? I do not know. But it's got a little painted Cinderella on it. And then all across the back, it says Cinderella in massive letters. And I just thought it was really sweet. So we'll chuck that one in as a little bonus. If you're into Disney t-shirts, then this one's super cute. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry about my hair. I'm getting it cut in like 4 days and I'm so excited. I can't wait to have a chat with you guys in the comments, so let me know what you think. What was your favourite thing that I showed you today? Are you going to pick any of it up for yourself? What have you been loving recently? I'd like to hear that as well. Let me know 3 things that you've been really enjoying right now that you think that I need to hear about. If you did enjoy this one, then I would absolutely love it to bits if you give this video a little thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new as well. Don't forget you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both at Lucy Jane Wood, and I will see you guys very soon with another video. Ciao Bella. Mwah, mwah, mwah.